What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show on this beautiful Thursday, December 21st, the eve of the eve of the eve of Christmas and the kickoff for Week 16. And we got football on lots of days this week. Joining me today, I got my best buds and co-hosts, John Luke Garofalo and Tim Wright. Well, look who we have here. What's up, boys?
What up? Beautiful day. It's JJ's birthday. It's my cousin's birthday today. Happy birthday, JJ. I know he's not watching, but happy birthday, JJ.
Happy birthday, JJ. What star sign does that make, JJ?
I think he's a good boy.
Sagittarius, I think.
He's a Sagittarius good boy. Well, guys, today we were supposed to have a special guest joining us, but he's... You guys hear that? I thought he had to cancel, but that might be...
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Or Happy Hanukkah or Happy Kwanzaa.
There you
Simon, Tim, I'm very happy to see you boys.
Well,
JL, that bachelor party was a little too naughty for Santa. Ho, 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 ho.
And everyone knows the groom takes full responsibility for all nonsense at a bachelor party. Tim and I are cold free. Joining us today, we've got the Amon-Ra St. Nicholas, a.k.a. Santa Claus, here with us today. Santa, how have you been this time of year? I know it's a little busy for you. Thanks for taking the time to come on our show.
Never too not busy to come on the show with you boys.
Never too not busy. I bet that magic comes in handy. We got some people in the chat hyped for our holiday special of Jeopardy today. Craig in the chat saying there's new timeout lengths you can implement, anywhere from 10 seconds to 24 hours. Merry Christmas.
Thanks,
In the
Craig.
chat. So, guys, Craig can put you in timeouts ranging from all different lengths now. So you better be good. It's not just Santa watching. It's Craig watching as well. We got Scampers in the chat with FYF. Ooh, baby. What's up, Scamps? Dustin stopping by with a let's go. Happy holidays to everyone. Happy holidays indeed. Damon here with a howdy ho 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 FYF.
What up, Dame?
Stealing your line, Santa. We got Dustin in here with love that JL facial hair. Okay, we got a facial hair off on the screen today. 2 mustaches, the full beard, and then JL's not goatee. Craig wants to know, is that evil JL from another dimension? Is this like Bender's evil twin on Futurama? What's his name again?
I don't know.
No. I was thinking Community, where they all just get goatees in Community in the evil universe.
Ladarius in the chest is good afternoon, all, and love the look, JL. And Herms and JL looking more and more like Matt Rule every single
That is
day.
the bar I strive for.
We got my mom in the chat. Hooray, Santa!
Oh, I remember Mary Jo.
Oh, I don't like the way you said that.
I don't want to hear that story. I'm still mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Simon, your hair is a little bit curly there, isn't it?
Yeah, I do have some curl in my hair like Santa's beard over there. Scampers in the chat with the wow-wee, and then wants to know, why does Santa sound like the Swedish chef? They're actually related. Santa comes from Scandinavia, and so a lot of those accents are similar. Dustin is hashtag Team Santa today since Joey's not here. Going to have to cheer for him. And says, we now know what Santa does the rest of the year. Reads all those books behind him.
So many
Avid
books.
reader.
I couldn't believe the books.
Andrew in here says, happy holidays, you FYFers. What's up, Andrew? Welcome
What
in.
up, Andrew?
Jay coming in. Flexo is the name of Bender's evil twin in Futurama. And Andrew also said, there's a naughty list joke I just can't make there. Well, you can. I give you permission. You can say anything here. Guys, today we brought Santa on to play a special holiday edition of Fantasy Football Jeopardy. We have 2 first-time competitors on this now. Not just Santa, but Tim, for as many Front Yard Fantasy shows as he's been on with us, has never played Fantasy Football Jeopardy. Can you believe that?
Or I just forget that.
Or he just forgot. I see Eric popping by, said, had some fantasy questions popped in my head. Looked at my phone, saw FYF was going live. It's fate, the heroes we never knew we needed. Well, Eric, throw those in the chat. We're going to be playing Jeopardy throughout the show today, but we will answer your questions in between rounds of Jeopardy. And if you've got more questions at the end of this show, we're going to be live, myself, and I think Joey's going to be able to make it to that one, for some fantasy football office hours, doing nothing but answering your questions. Albert stopping by as well. What's up, Albert? Welcome in, my friend. Well, guys, I'm going to pull up the game board here. You guys can start peeking at the categories while I explain how this is going to work, and then we'll get into it. If you've never watched the popular TV show Jeopardy, this is going to be a little bit more confusing, but not that much confusing. If you have watched Jeopardy, this should be pretty simple. It's going to be very similar to that TV show, except most of these questions are going to be about the NFL or fantasy football. We will also be going in turn order instead of buzzing in to answer questions. So on your turn, you'll select the category and value that you would like to answer. If you get it right, you're going to add that money to your score. Get it wrong, we are not subtracting anything, at least during the regular round of the game. The only other twist in this game is if you get your question right, you get to pick the category for the person that goes after you. So Santa, you're going to be up first in this one with Tim going after you. If you get your first question right, you will get to tell Tim what category he has to pick from next. He'll still get to pick his value. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yes, they're great.
We will go through questions like this so we run out of time, run out of questions, or run out of bandwidth on my limited internet plan, at which point we will go into Final Jeopardy. This is the one and only question in the game where you can lose money. You'll write down a wager between 0 and the total amount you have thus far in the game. Get it right, you add that money. Get it wrong, you subtract it. Whoever has the most after that is our Fantasy Jeopardy champion for today. Also, Craig stopping by saying, Simon, Tim has played Jeopardy twice, according to our chat historian.
I don't remember either of those. This is the first time today.
Craig, they don't count if we don't remember. And Craig said it is almost as if this could have been found somewhere. We got FF Chalupa Batman in the chat. What's up, my friend? With the you want to hit this? Thanks, Santa. I would have not done it justice. Scampers in here. Keenan Allen out. Boo. Too bad all the leagues I rostered him in, I got knocked out last weekend anyways. Also, Craig in here said Tim ended with 69 points on December 28th of 2021 and ended with 1,800 points on July 15th, 2022.
Nice.
So I feel like the first one was on purpose.
What, you think in a game where all the point values only end with 0 that you ended with 69 on purpose, Tim?
Yeah.
Seems implausible. All right, well, I'm going to explain these categories, then we will get started. The first one, sorry, I have plans on Christmas. There are 3 NFL games on Christmas this year. This is going to be about those teams that are playing on Christmas week or other Christmas NFL games. Week 16, this is all about the number 16 in various contexts. So the number 16 will show up in each clue, and that is what you get from this category as we head into week 16. Grab bag, this could be anything. There might be a holiday twist on some of these questions this week. Odd one out. I give you the category and a list of players or teams. You tell me the team or player that does not fit in that category. All of them but one will. And then other Santas. We got Santa Claus here with us today. I'm on Ross St. Nicholas. But Santa Claus has some friends from around the world that do similar things but with different names. I'm going to have you identify which country the Santa Claus is from based on the picture and the name that they are called in that country. So I'll show you a picture and a name. You tell me what country they come from. Also, we got Gregory in the chat saying, Santa, all I want for Christmas is to know is who I should play at quarterback, Mullins or Stafford or Love. So Santa, if you had to decide who to play at quarterback this week, who would you play?
Well, I actually know Gregory, and he happens to be playing Santa in a league this week. So Santa is not going to answer this question for Gregory.
Tim, since Santa has abstained, who would you be starting?
I feel relatively safe with Stafford, and I'm out in so many leagues, so may as well play a little bit risky. I feel like for some reason the Packers like Christmas, so go Jordan Love. Why not?
Tim, I'm thinking exactly the Packers as well on my end. And it would be Stafford, but it's the matchup against the Saints on a Thursday night that's scaring me away from him. John Luke, are you going Love as well? Or are you going?
No, I'm not a scared little boy. I'll take Stafford.
Like a man taking Matthew Stafford. Craig wants to know, do you get to grab Santa's bag for grab bag? JL, I believe you are the rule arbiter.
You're legally not allowed to grab his bag anymore.
Only Mrs. Claus is allowed to grab Santa's bag.
Herm's the petition to permanently replace Joey with Amon-Ra St. Nicholas. Well, he does have some free time coming up, I believe, in a couple of days. So we'll see if we can get on that. All right, Santa, you are up first and you have free reign of this board. Where would you like to go?
Well, since I have plans on Christmas, I'm going to choose, sorry, I have plans on Christmas.
For what amount?
I have to choose my amount?
You have to choose your amount, Santa. This isn't the
300.
North Pole where you have elves to do everything for you.
That's a common
300.
misconception.
Of the teams playing on Christmas, which one has the most total offensive yards with 5,636? They are second in the league, only behind the Miami Dolphins. Is it the Kansas City Chiefs, the San Francisco 49ers, or the New York Giants?
San Francisco 49ers.
Final answer, Santa?
Final answer.
That is absolutely correct. The San Francisco 49ers have the second highest amount of yards of all offenses in the NFL this year, behind only Tim's Miami Dolphins over there. I did want to ask you guys a little bit about these 49ers. There's a lot of talk about Brock Purdy potentially winning the MVP this year. Santa, do you think Brock Purdy's getting an MVP for Christmas?
I think I think Brock Purdy is a combination of all the good parts there in San Francisco. I do think he deserves the MVP, but it should be easy to win when you've got Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle, some of the best players in their position, helping you out. Oh, my AirPod fell off.
Santa's AirPod fell.
Oh,
John Luke,
better
would you,
have the L's bring you another one.
would you give the MVP to Brock Purdy, or are you throwing it a different direction?
Hell no. You think that little guy deserves an MVP? Nah. Get out of here.
No, I'm going with someone that I think deserves it, who has said in public interviews that they don't. Tyreek Hill. Tim, I bet you would possibly agree with me on that one, but he's just a monster. And whenever he went out of that Dolphins offense for half of that game, you realize just how valuable he is over there. He changes the entire dynamic of everything else they do.
Yep. It's unfortunate that the MVP is a quarterback's award now, but yeah, it should be him or CMC, but it's not going to be.
Well, Santa, you got 300 points for getting that one. I guess you got time to watch some football up there at the North Pole. The chat was on this one. Scampers got it with 49ers. Ladarius with 49ers. Andrew also with 39ers, which means, Tim, it's your turn, but Santa gets to pick your category.
Grab bag.
Okay, Tim.
We'll go 300.
Right in the middle. Spell the name of the southernmost continent.
Southernmost continent. Oh boy. Okay. It's Antarctica, but how the hell do I spell that? ANTARC. Oh God. Or is there no C there? There might not be a C there. Okay.
Before the I or the E.
ARTICA.
ANTARTICA. Final answer?
Yes.
You're missing the
No,
C.
the C!
If you would have left the
Damn
C
it.
in there, you would have gotten it.
Ah.
It's a sneaky C in Antarctica.
Damn
You
it.
even said it right.
I know, but I wasn't sure if I was tripping myself up. Damn you.
It's the South Pole elves that added a C in there. I'm almost positive of it. Tim, unfortunately, no points for you on that one. Mr. Scampers in the chat knows where to put a C, though. Right after that R. Nice job, Scamps. Which means, Tim, no
Right
points
up
for
your
you.
B.
Right up your B is where the C goes. John Luke, Tim gifted you free reign of the board for Christmas. Where do you want to go?
Let's go to let's go to odd one out, 300.
Odd one out, 300. 150 plus career coaching wins. Ron Rivera, Sean Payton, John Harbaugh. Only one of these coaches does not have 150 plus career wins.
All right. I don't think it's Sean Payton. He's been playing too long. Coaching, not playing. And he's had pretty good teams. Ron Rivera, I feel like, is the guy here. John Harbaugh hasn't been coached that long either. Oh. Let's go with Harbaugh.
Harbaugh, final answer?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was Ron Rivera with 102. Harbaugh's at 157. Sean Payton at 159. Chat was on this one. Ladarius with Ron Rivera. Mr. Scampers with Boat River. And Craig with Canoe Ron. Unfortunately, no points there. John Luke, do you think we've seen a bit of a turnaround from this Broncos offense over the back half of the year? It's not the disaster that we thought it would be in the front half. Do you see this Broncos team again in the offseason being that dark horse Super Bowl candidate, or is this a team that people are burnt out on having expectations for?
I can't speak to how other people are perceiving the Broncos, but I will speak to what I think that team can do. And I was just thinking about this because Sean Payton, he's probably one of the least likable people in the NFL. I was just thinking that during the game the other day. He's got to be up there in that group. But he's a good coach.
Gosh.
You say Sirianni?
Yeah, I hate him.
I'm not exactly sure if Sean Payton's a good coach, JL. I feel like if you would give the ball to Samaje P. Ryan, he'd be a much better coach.
Well, you let him know, Santa. Put him on the nice list.
I'm still just a little taken back by Tim having hatred for Nick Sirianni. That's the first time I've ever heard anyone say hate and Sirianni in the same sentence.
He's just scummy, dude. He's just like, he's like, eye crust boogers come to life. I just don't like him.
Nick Sirianni is eye crust boogers come to life.
Yeah, Rosie's got heavy Nick Sirianni then.
Yeah.
It's just like a factory of those eye boogies.
Also, Craig said, don't worry, JL, you can speak for me.
All right. On Craig's behalf, Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera. Unfortunately, that is too late. No points for you, John Luke. But Santa, that means we are back to you. It's weird. Our third co-host that's on here also loves Samaje Perine. So it was just funny to hear you mention Mr. Samaje like that.
You know, the beards, we got to stick together.
Okay, well, Santa, where do you want to go?
Let's go to other Santas.
For which value?
300.
We'll stay right in the middle at 300. Father Christmas. Is this Father Christmas from Canada, Australia, or the United Kingdom?
He was a little bit scared.
What did he see?
He saw something he shouldn't have.
Oh, shit. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Oh, can we see the options again?
Oh, Santa didn't see anything. Santa swears.
Holy, what's that staff he's got? Canada.
Final answer?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Known as Father Christmas in the United Kingdom.
It does look
guy's
just
an
like
asshole.
you.
Who cares about him?
Green. Looks like you trying to blend in.
That's Santa Flage is what that is. The Santa's trying to hide over there. Unfortunately, no points for you. I mean, this is a rival. You should be keeping up to date on your biggest competition, Santa.
You know, when they're out there, there's just one real guy. I don't care about these other jokers.
I'm imagining like Santa capitalism, like they're just competing across the world for these markets.
I was imagining Santa Hunger Games, so yours is a little bit better. Plays out slower. Could be more evil though.
Yeah.
In the long run. All right, that is no points for you, Santa, but you've still got a lead here. Tim, where do you want to go? You've got free reign of the board. You can go wherever and whatever value you would like.
I want to see other Santas for 500.
Other Santas for 500. The Julapuki. Is this from Finland, China, Iceland, or Laos?
I am. What is that? What is he got going on there?
My guy be skipping leg days.
Yeah, he's got some
tiny little legs.
angly looking legs there.
This twigs would snap.
I'm definitely going Norse here. I'm feeling it's up there. I just don't. I don't think I'm going Iceland. I think I'm gonna go Finland. I think I'm gonna stay in that range.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Well, Tim, you sniffed it out. This Christmas goat is in fact
Let's go.
from Finland, going to earn you 500 points. And this is the least terrifying picture of him I could find. Now, said Christmas goat, Julapuki is kind and delivers presents. Old school Julapuki was not kind. There's pictures of him boiling children alive and kidnapping them out of their homes. But now he just brings presents. Santa, did old school Santa used to punish bad children, or has he always just been about gifts?
I have always been about gifts. I never did the punishing. Julapuki, is that his name? Yeah, I remember that guy. Santa spent a little much too time on a farm one time, and he popped up about 9 months later. We're not sure what happened.
Herms in here said Julapuki was my nickname in high school. Cute. Looks pretty cute. Dustin in the chat, only one to get this. A lot of Iceland guesses and one Laos guess, but Dustin coming in getting that one right. Nice job. All right, Tim, you know your Christmas goats, and because of that, you're going to get to pick where you send John Luke. Where do you want to send him?
Let's rip off the Band-Aid that is week 16. I want to see what this category is.
All right. 400.
400. Which of the following players is the RB16 in PPR scoring leading into week 16? Is it Kyron Williams, Austin Eckler, or Brian Robinson Jr.?
Kyron Williams.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Kyron Williams is the RB8, Eckler is RB25, and Brian Robinson Jr. is the RB16 this time of year.
Wow. Kyron.
I didn't even think that you would put a player above the target player. I was just thinking which player had the most points. That makes a lot more sense.
That was sneaky having Kyron in there like that. John Luke, which of these players do you think is most likely to return on draft value next year? Not necessarily perform, but return on where they're drafted. So I guess this requires multi-levels of thinking. Where are they going to be drafted and who's going to be a good pick?
Probably Williams is the best bet. It's hard to know without knowing where Robinson will be hyped up. And Eckler, I think, will be I don't know. He's either everybody's going to get rid of him and panic after a bad year and him getting 27 years old, or they're just going to stick to that name value. And I think either way, they'll probably be disappointed.
You bring up a great point, though. It could be a post, like we've seen that before, where these players, these older running backs kind of get pushed down a little bit and then they still return value. I feel like it happened to Josh Jacobs for a couple of years there. Derrick Henry was getting pushed down, though people have come back around on him. Maybe Eckler sees something similar next year. Santa, do you think Brian Robinson can hold on to this starting job there in Washington, or is he at risk at losing it this offseason?
I want to say that the injuries have most to do with Brian Robinson not performing as well as we expected this season. But if you remember the beginning of the season, Brian Robinson looked like a good boy. So I think he'll be out there next year for the Commanders in a starting role.
Craig has a question for you, Santa. Why do you no longer travel with Krampus? Did you two have a falling out?
Is that how you got the goat, baby?
Thanks for stealing my joke.
Craig in here got that one right with Robinson as well. And Scamper said Boiling Children is my favorite Finnish death metal band. I like their first album, but their second album was a little tough. All right. Well, unfortunately, no points there, which means, Santa, we are back to you. You've got free reign of this board. Where would you like to go?
Week 16 for 300.
Week 16 for 300. Which of the following quarterbacks has thrown for exactly 16 touchdowns in 2023 thus far? Is it Desmond Ridder, Baker Mayfield, or Derek Carr?
I think Baker, he's a QB 12 right now, so I think he's thrown for more than 16. I think Mike Evans might have caught just 16 this season. It's going to be between Derek Carr and Desmond Ridder. I'll go Desmond Ridder.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Unfortunately, it is Derek Carr. Ridder has only thrown 10.
Dang.
Mayfield has thrown 24. And Herm's in the chat saying, well, we can rule out Desmond Ridder because he's terrible. Tim, do you think Desmond Ridder will hold on to this starting job in Atlanta?
With Arthur Smith at the helm, yes. Absolutely. That's the most surefire pick I've ever had.
Jail, who do you want starting at quarterback for the Falcons next year? Do you want them to draft someone or go out and get one of these vets? We've seen a lot of backup quarterbacks perform this year.
Justin Herbert or Lamar Jackson or one of those guys, it'd be probably ideal for them.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's not going to matter.
Maybe
they're going to use him as a decoy. They're going to get Taysom Hill too.
Tim Tebow comes out of retirement just to be the actual quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons.
It's so depressing being in Atlanta and watching Atlanta games.
And here's our Atlanta fan in the chat saying not Desmond Ridder. And Herm saying Justin Fields, though. That is a real thing. Santa, how would you feel about this Falcons offense if Justin Fields ended up being the quarterback there next year?
Well, Santa's a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, so Justin Fields should stay far, far away from the Atlanta Falcons.
I had no idea Santa was a Bucs fan.
He is.
It's the colors.
Ever since Jay said my voice sounded like the Swedish Chef, I've started to hear it a little bit.
By the end, it's just full Swedish Chef over there. All right. Well, unfortunately, no points on that one. Tim, You've got free reign of the board. Where do you want to go? And the lead. You can add to it right here.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get some pressure on here. Let's go grab bag 400.
Grab bag 400. Which of the following people turned 75 today, December 21st, 2023? Was it Jane Fonda, Samuel L. Jackson, or Ray Romano?
I should know this. Ray Romano, I think, is too young. I think he's in his 60s. Jane Fonda, I do not know, but I know Samuel L. Jackson is in that range, so I'm going to go with the man, the myth, Samuel L. Jackson.
It is their birthday today, all three of them, but only Samuel L. Jackson is turning 75. Jane Fonda is 86. Ray Romano is 66. You logic that one out perfectly, Tim, earning you 4.
It's like, no way Ray Romano is 75. I would.
Yeah, no.
I was shocked that Samuel L. Jackson was 75. If I could look
he
half
looks
that
older. He just he gives off like an older, wise guy vibe.
He does, but he doesn't look 75. He looks like a solid 55 with 20 extra years of wisdom built in there somewhere. Dustin got this one right. Ladarius got this one right as well. And happy birthday to Samuel L. Jackson, Jane Fonda, and Ray Romano.
That's a sweet birthday. And my cousin JJ? Wow.
I should have put JJ on there.
Yeah. What a quartet.
Well, Tim, that moves you up to $900 and the lead. And before we move into our next question, Gregory wants to know, Santa, what did Samuel L. Jackson ask for Christmas? Are you allowed to reveal that, or is that a HIPAA violation?
I don't think we're allowed to say those words on this show.
Oh, what Samuel L. Jackson asked for Christmas?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tim, where are you sending JL?
Let's see if he can pick out one of those other Santas.
All right, let's go. Let's go 400.
400. Papa Noel. Is this from Argentina, Germany, or France?
Joyeux Noel. France. Oh, that's got to be. Oh God, it's got to be French. Let's go France.
That is absolutely right. I thought the double dots over the E might throw you off because that's used more in German, but JL, that's going to earn you 400 points on that one.
I thought that was just a little bit of schmutz on the picture.
And honestly, this guy is scarier than the goat to me.
He was very French, though. I'm surprised he's not ripping cigs right there.
Is that Cooper Cup?
Oh my God, the face does kind of look like Cooper Cup.
I'm definitely photoshopping Cooper Cup into that later.
Erm said, I thought for sure that Umlau would make it German. Nope. This is Cooper Cup dressed up as French.
This is Cooper Cup.
Papa Noel, a.k.a. Cooper Cup. That's what we're calling them the rest of the year. All right, JL, that earns you 400 points, putting you ahead of Santa, and you get to pick Santa's next category. Where are you sending them?
Send them to other Santas.
Okay, one or two other Santas.
200.
200. Babbo Natale. Is this Italy, Ireland, or New Zealand?
That's such a sweet name.
Babbo Natale. Oh, that was Italy.
Babbo Natale is in fact Italy. Nice job.
Oh,
Joey,
that
got
guy's
that
a
right.
cool guy, Santa.
What is up with Italian children? My God, it's terrifying.
Yeah, this one is going to kill Santa.
Are they like middle-aged women and children bodies? What is happening?
Why does he have an Irish flag?
Is that the Irish flag and not
No,
the Italian flag?
Italian flag.
Is that?
They all look
That's-
very similar.
It's like the Russian and the Dutch flag. You mix one row up and suddenly you're in Russia, and I can never. And France, they're all just the same. Just mix match the order of the stripes. And Craig said Babbo Natale is Tommy DeVito's great grandfather.
Did you guys hear that Tommy DeVito fired his agent?
No,
Yeah.
Sal, what's his name? Sal something.
did he really? Was it just
Yeah, he did.
taking too much attention from him, kissing his dad in the stands and stuff?
They got a new agent who's they're trying to take advantage of the fame. So they're they're putting trademarks out on Tommy Cutlets.
I did read a report that his agent demanded double an appearance fee from a pizza place in New Jersey, and they ended up canceling it because they wouldn't pay $20,000 instead of $10,000 to have Tommy DeVito there.
Makes sense.
They were like, the price is going up. You watch the last 3 games? It's not the same DeVito who's showing up. This is Babbo Natale's grandson in the month of December.
Tommy DeVito's agent, Bobby Natale.
Babbo Natale's going to earn you 200 extra points. Santa putting you into second place. Where do you want to send Tim?
Other Santas.
Other Santas. Before we get into that, Herm said his agent reportedly wanted a larger percentage of his gabagool deals.
You got to protect the gabagool.
Always sends it back.
That's the first thing they teach you about being born in New Jersey or New York. You got to protect the gabagool.
We got to.
You got it. Well, Tim, you got 100 here. It's the only one left. Santa backed you into a corner. Sinterklaas. Is this from the Netherlands, Russia, or Portugal?
I have to. Wow. That he is pristine. Look, that is a beard made out of a cloud.
The ugliest reindeer I've ever seen.
He looks like our Santa. Much better put together.
Well, if that
It looks like Santa killed the Pope and stole his outfit.
I was about to say, I don't think you want your children sitting on the Pope Santa's lap.
well, I have to
I
imagine
think
this
I want it
Santa.
sitting on your lap either.
The Santa is gigantic, and Sinterklaas, it's gotta be the Netherlands, gotta be Mr. Dutch Santa Claus. That's a 7 foot tall Santa.
20
That's
foot
Santa for the Dutch people.
This is a taller than a horse Santa Claus from the Netherlands. Sinterklaas is from the Netherlands, and I've met him. So now I've met two different Santa Clauses, Santa and Sinterklaas.
I'm a little taken aback. A lot of these pictures of Santa, they've got neat staffs. All I got is this damn bell. I don't want a staff.
Yeah, we got to talk to Mrs. Claus, see if we can get your staff upgraded. Craig in the chat got this one with Netherlands. Herm says, gotta be Dutch.
Gotta be Dutch.
Scamper said, or a mini horse. I like these together. This, either he's got to be Dutch or that's a mini horse. All right, nice job, Tim. That's going to earn you 100 points, bringing you to 1,000, and you get to pick John Luke's next category. Where are you sending him?
I want to see him pull some magic out of a bag, just like Santa does. So send him the grab bag.
Okay.
Ooh.
1, 2, or
200.
5. Released in 1994 by the not trademarked Queen of Christmas, Mariah Carey. What is the best-selling holiday single of all time? All I Want for Christmas Is You, All I Want for Christmas Is Nudes, or Santa Tell Me?
Oh, Santa Tell Me's a bop.
They're all bops. Let's go with number 1.
Number 1 is correct. All I Want for Christmas Is You. And if you've never listened to All I Want for Christmas Is Nudes by Trixie Mattel, look it up immediately following the finish of this show. And then listen to Santa Tell Me for the 400th time this year, because I know you've already listened to it 399. John Luke, that's going to earn you 200 points. What is your favorite holiday song this time of year?
Oh, that's a tough choice. I'd probably pick none of them.
Not a single one.
Not a
Tim?
single one, no.
Tim's a holiday music aficionado.
I haven't been too far into it this year, actually, but it is Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce Springsteen. Fantastic. Santa Tell Me is Ariana Grande. That is a instant classic.
I agree. Every year, Santa Tell Me moves up my rankings one spot. We'll have to ask Joey later on office hours whenever he gets here what his favorite Christmas song is. Santa, what's your favorite holiday song?
I like the ones that sing about me. Santa Baby. That one's pretty good.
That's his favorite. Santa, you thirsty little. Just listens to it late at night with his AirPods.
His AirPods die and it starts playing out loud and he gets really embarrassed because Mrs. Claus has told him to stop listening to music about himself. All right.
And quit Googling yourself.
JL got that one right, which means it is Santa's turn. John Luke, where are you sending Santa?
Grab bag.
Grab bag for Santa, 100 or 500?
500. Let's go.
Which of the following holiday films has the highest tomato meter score on Rotten Tomatoes? Is it A Christmas Story, The Nightmare Before Christmas, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Elf, or Bad Santa?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is absolutely correct at 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. A Christmas Story just behind it at 89. The lowest one being Christmas Vacation down at 70%. Scampers was on top of this one as well.
Disney couldn't miss in the 90s.
And they're having a little bit of trouble hitting right now. All right. Well, Santa, you got that one right, which means you get to send Tim to his next category. Where are you sending him?
I'm going to send him to my big old grab bag.
Tim, you have gotten stuck with 100s twice now. Here we go. Claymation is a combination of which two words? Clay plus animation, clavicle plus information, or clarinet plus decimation?
I mean, it's got to be clarinet and decimation. we're going clay and animation, but I like that. I like those options.
Clay and animation is absolutely correct, bringing you up to 1,100 points and the lead. Nice job, Tim. It's not. Do you think clarinet decimation would be decimation of all clarinets or decimation via clarinet?
It's got to be via, without a doubt.
Oh yeah, those bad boys coming in hot.
I'm imagining like a sick jazz-themed anime where the protagonist has a magical clarinet.
I'm imagining Scott Pilgrim, but with clarinets.
That's better. All right. Well, after the deadly clarinets, we are moving on. Tim, you get to pick John Luke's next category. Where are you sending him?
Sorry, I have plans on Christmas.
Ooh, all right, 400.
400. Of the teams playing on Christmas Day, which one has the most rush attempts through the first 15 weeks of the season? Is it the Philadelphia Eagles, the San Francisco 49ers, or the Baltimore Ravens?
Oh, this is actually tough.
400 tough.
Ravens,
Final answer?
I guess.
Well, you would guess right. The Baltimore
Nice.
Ravens are number 1 in the league in rush attempts. So all of these teams are top 6 in rush attempts, all playing on Christmas. So it is going to be a run-heavy Christmas Day. John Luke bringing you up 400 points, and this is a very close game. 1,000 to 1,100 to 1,000 on that one. John Luke, of the Ravens running backs, is it Gus Edwards that you're plugging in, and how much do you trust him?
I trust him as much as you can trust Gus Edwards. I feel like we've seen now. How many years has this been of the Gus bus? I mean, I think I speak for everyone that this bus has lasted much longer than we thought. So yeah, I'm rolling with him. He's clearly the main guy, but I don't mind throwing a little Keaton Mitchell in there.
Man, for how good some of these AFC North teams have been, it's been difficult to plug in their running backs, though.
Yeah.
It's felt like a plug your nose and plug in even Joe Mixon, who's probably been the best of the bunch. But then Jerome Ford, you get RB2 numbers every week. Gus Edwards, you get back-end RB2, RB3 numbers every week. Jalen Warren, Najee Harris, you're getting RB2 numbers. It just, for these offenses to be so run-heavy in this division, I would expect some higher-performing running backs, but it's just eating them up. John Luke, putting you tied for second with Santa Claus, and you get to pick Santa's next category. Where are you sending him?
Move over, Santa. All right, let's go with. Wait, I just did the Christmas one, right?
You just did Sorry I Have Plans on Christmas, yeah.
And what's the meaning of that category again?
It's about the 6 teams that are playing on Christmas. There are
That's
6
right,
teams,
that's right.
3 games. This is about them.
Let's go with week 16.
Okay, week 16. Santa, which value would you like? 1, 2, or 5?
500.
500. Which team won their first of 5 Super Bowl titles in Super Bowl 16 in 1982? Was it the Pittsburgh Steelers, the San Francisco 49ers, the Green Bay Packers, or the Dallas Cowboys?
San Francisco 49ers.
That is absolutely correct. The 49ers and the Cowboys have both won 5, the Steelers with 6, the Packers with 4. But the Niners won their first one in 1982. The Cowboys did it a little bit before that. Santa, that is going to earn you $500 and a nice little lead right there. Ladarius in the chat getting this one. Santa, who's winning the Super Bowl this year? Is it number
Team on
6
the
for the
board.
49ers?
49ers. Number 6. It's been a while since they've won one. I think with Steve Young was the quarterback then.
It's been a minute. Tim, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the Chiefs somehow, some way. Or actually, sorry, scratch that. It's the Eagles because they want Jason Kelce to retire a Super Bowl champion. So that's what's happening. Sorry to spoil it, but
Tim saw the script. The script gets Jason Kelce a retirement Super Bowl. JL, What about you? Who's winning it?
Dolphins.
Dolphins? Oh, man. I would love to see the Dolphins pull it out. And I think that's where I'm leaning as well, JL. I would love to see the Dolphins.
we got a call in that Tennessee game that said, don't win this game. You need the Bills to somehow make it into the playoffs. So that's why we lost that game.
That game was brutal.
Now, let me just put another scenario out there. The best defense in the league now with a Super Bowl MVP at quarterback are the Joe Flacco-led Cleveland Browns a threat to compete in the playoffs? Joe Flacco goes wild in the playoffs, and they have the best defense in the league. Number 1.
That's true. Now they just got to fix the offense.
The Joe Flacco.
Yeah, it's fixed, dude. Bada bing, bada boom.
Done. This game is an MVP. Purdy will win it. Well, Santa, you got this one right. And you're calling for Super Bowl number 6 for those 49ers. Where are you sending Tim for his next question?
Odd one out.
Okay, Tim. Which value?
Let's do some brain stuff here and go for 500.
500. Ah! Star
Oh, no.
sign Leo. Jalen
Oh,
Hurts,
no.
Tim Tebow, Daniel Jones, Dak Prescott, Deion Sanders. One of these players is not a Leo. Which one is it?
Shoot, and I you're definitely going to believe this, but I did know a lot of these. Damn it.
If you know Tim Tebow's astrological sign, I'll be shocked.
Okay. Shoot. Only one of these is not. And try and remember with your brain. Dang it. I'm gonna go Jalen, but I don't feel great about it.
Final answer?
Yeah.
It is Daniel Jones.
Damn you,
He's a
Gemini.
Gemini.
He's gonna be the number 2 pick.
And Jaws in
These
the
two
chat
obvious.
coming in said Jones is no Leo.
I know, but neither is Jalen. He doesn't get hyped about anything.
I did. He's so level. He's
Yeah.
just always this.
Dang it.
His moon sign must counterbalance his his sun
Got it.
sign over there. All right. Well, unfortunately, no points for you on that one. But Jalen Hurts, Tim Tebow, Dak Prescott, and Deion Sanders, all Leos. And Leo is the most common star sign of starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Kirk Cousins, also a Leo. Ryan Tannehill, also a Leo as well. All right. Not that Ryan Tannehill's a starter anymore. Sorry about that.
He will be this week.
He will be this week. All right, Tim, you got that one wrong, which means you get to do nothing here. And JL, you've got free reign of the board. Where do you want to go?
Let's go odd one out, 400.
Auto not 400. And John's in here also said just off personalities. Ha.
Nice.
Nice.
I thought that was a trick. I thought you were throwing Jones in there to throw us off.
I wanted to give away to I put 2 players in there that weren't stereotypical Leos, but Jalen's got that leadership mentality. So I thought maybe you'd sniff out Daniel. 400 and odd one out.
Yep.
Here we go. 200 plus rushing attempts. Rashad White, James Cook, Josh Jacobs. Only one of these players has not rushed the ball 200 times this year.
Josh Jacobs.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is
Damn it.
James Cook. James
The
Cook
one
is
I
the
wasn't
one player.
considering.
He's in the, I believe, 188, while Josh Jacobs and Rashad White are both 220 plus. I didn't write those down. That's my bad. Which means, Santa, we're back to you. We can fit through another round or 2 here. Where would you like to go?
500. Sorry, I have plans on Christmas.
Sorry, I have plans on Christmas. In 1971, the first Christmas Day NFL games were played when the league held 2 divisional round playoff games on December 25th. How many total NFL games have been played on Christmas? Is it 17, 27, 37, or 47?
37.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Unfortunately, Santa, it has only been 27.
Thank goodness.
The reason being Christmas is always on the 25th. And so that very rarely falls on the days of the week where they can have Christmas games. And on top of that, after 1971, those were the lowest ratings for divisional round games they'd had in 20 plus years. So they didn't have another Christmas Day game until 1980 something. They waited 10 plus years to do it.
You should have included that fact in there.
I know. I'm a real jackass. Ladarius in here with 27. I'm going to be on the naughty list after this if Santa loses this game.
Just him. Just him. He's the only one to curse today.
Oops.
All right. Well, Tim, where do you want to go on this board?
I don't feel great about just about any of these, fortunately. We'll go with Christmas. Sorry, I have plans on Christmas.
For 200 or 100?
200.
Which team that has played a game on Thanksgiving every year since 1966, except for 2, has played the most games on Christmas Day with 5 total? Is it the Detroit Lions, the Dallas Cowboys, or the Green Bay Packers?
I feel like the Lions have played the most on Thanksgiving, so I'm going to go with them.
was a little bit tricky in there. The
Oh.
Cowboys, the Lions have played the most on Thanksgiving, but the Cowboys are the other team with a standing Thanksgiving Day game.
Gotcha.
The Lions started playing on Thanksgiving in like the 30s or 40s. It was
Yeah,
something
fair
preposterous.
enough.
All right, no points
Fair
for you
enough.
on that one, Tim, but it is still neck and neck. JL, you get free reign. Where do you want to go?
Let's go odd one out for 200.
Odd one out for 200. 2022 division winners. Jacksonville Jaguars, Green Bay Packers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Which of these teams did not win their division last season?
Packers.
That is absolutely correct, JL. Going to earn you 200 points. The Vikings took home that division last year. And JL, you get to send Santa wherever you'd like to send him. Where's he going to go?
Let's send them to the Christmas category.
Okay. Santa, unfortunately, there's only one question left, so you got no choice. Here it is. The Chiefs play the Raiders in Arrowhead on Christmas Day. Who won the previous meeting between these two teams this season? Was it the Kansas City Chiefs or the Las Vegas Raiders?
Raiders.
Unfortunately, the Chiefs won their game
Oh,
earlier this
no.
season. The Raiders always have the Chiefs number, but this year the Chiefs were able to pull it out.
I was making toys. Didn't see that one.
There was a Rubik's Cube error on the assembly line.
Yeah.
Well, we got time for one
Back
more.
of the box.
Tim, you got free reign. Where are you going?
Yeah, give me week 16 200.
Okay, which second-year wide receiver wears the number 16? Is it Jahan Dotson, Chris Olave, or Treylon Burks?
Damn it. Yeah, I watch a lot of these teams for sure. I don't know. This is such a bummer. I'm just gonna go with Treylon Burks. I don't know.
Well, you would be absolutely right, Tim. Jahan Dotson wears 1. Chris Olave wears not 16. I don't remember. But Treylon Burks does, in fact, wear number 16. That's going to earn you 200 points and push you a little bit closer to the lead ahead of JL. And you get to pick JL's last category, the last question of this game before Final Jeopardy.
Odd one out.
Odd
100.
one out for 100. A winning record this year. The Miami Dolphins, the Detroit Lions, or the Los Angeles Chargers. Which one of these teams does not have a winning record?
Chargers.
The Chargers do not have a winning record. John Luke, was Staley the problem? Is this team going to be the Super Bowl contender we've thought they would be for the last 5 years next year?
Yes, and probably.
Yes, and probably. I tend to agree with you. They've got all the pieces. I'm just fearful that they missed Austin Eckler's prime window in this offense.
I want more than anything for them to just accidentally just post Brandon Staley clarity to beat the Bills this week. I would be so happy. I need it in my soul. I need it.
Just ruin the Bills.
Let him loose. Let Herbie off the chain. Let's let him go. 450 yards.
You do see
Or
teams
be
not do that sometimes,
Yeah.
right? Like they took a 50-pound backpack off their back and they're just like, ooh, I feel light out here, baby.
It's crazy. We got such a crazy secondary. Let's actually use them well.
All right. Well, guys, this is neck and neck and neck. Tim and JL with 1,300, Santa with 1,500. We're going to go into our final Jeopardy question here ever so shortly. I'll show this one before we do that, though. The last week 16 question. What player that wears number 16 was the first overall draft pick in the 2016 NFL draft? Was it Jared Goff, Trevor Lawrence, or Carson Wentz?
Trevor Lawrence.
Has Goff? It's got to be Goff. He's been there that long.
Tim is absolutely right. It is Jared Goff. Trevor Lawrence
Middle of
wears
the
number
year.
16, but he was not drafted in 2016. Also, Dustin saying no Keenan Allen, so Bill's certainly winning even more so now. That's what you think. That's what you think, Bills
It's a
fan.
hell of a 100.
You say that was a hell of a 100?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, Trevor Lawrence wasn't drafted in 2016, and Carson
Yeah.
Wentz wasn't the number 1 overall pick.
He sure as hell wasn't. Oh,
God, I just hope so bad that Carson Wentz becomes the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at some point. Would Santa like that?
hell no.
All right, guys. Well, your final question is in the category of NFL/Christmas. NFL/Christmas is going to be your category. Write down your wagers. As a reminder, Santa, you have 1,500. Tim, you have 1,100, and JL, or Tim, you have 1,300. JL, you also have 1,300. get your wagers down. While you're doing that, I'm going to remind everybody that we will be live right after this on our YouTube channel, 4:05 p.m. Eastern time for Fantasy Football Office Hours. Myself and Joey, who was unable to make it for today's show, answering any and all of your fantasy football questions that you have heading into your semifinal matchups or quarterfinals, however your league runs it.
I'll have to say, Joey is my favorite member of this show, and you guys probably need to treat him a little bit better.
We'll up his
saying.
peanuts.
Shut up, Santa.
I hope you're not bringing him any presents because we've spoiled him with peanuts this year. It would honestly just be overkill to put anything under.
It'd be a nice Christmas treat to give him like some roasted chestnuts.
I heard he likes black olives, right?
Oh,
Isn't that right?
let's roast the black olives for him.
Yeah, Santa, could you bring Joey some roasted black olives, please?
Absolutely. And I'm going to bring JL a nice Christmas ham.
All right. Well, guys, I'm going to pull up this final question after I see all of your wagers. Let's see what you got. Everything from Tim, everything from Santa, and 400 from JL. All right. Well, your final question is coming up after this break. Which player, currently the 2023 sack leader, wore these cleats on December 19th, 2021? Was it A, Max Crosby, B, Micah Parsons, or C, TJ Watt? We got some nice holiday movie cleats. Who wore these? And they are currently the 2023 sack leader. I'll give you guys a couple moments to get your answers done. They are pretty sweet, aren't they? We got some answers coming in the chat. Let me know when you guys are ready.
Good to go.
Santa, you got yours? Okay, let's go ahead and reveal our answers. We've got Max Crosby from John Luke. We've got TJ Watt from Tim and TJ Watt from Santa.
Nice job, Santa.
If this is A, John Luke wins. If this is C, Santa wins. If this is B, John Luke also wins. So JL, you're just cheering for anything besides C. I did not make an answer key slide, but I will just tell you the answer. The player who wore these cleats on December 19th, 2021 was TJ Watt, our current sack leader with 16 sacks on the year, which means Santa, you are today's Fantasy Jeopardy champion with 1,300 points, followed ever so slightly behind by Tim at 2,600 and John Luke at 900. Congrats, Santa.
Thank you. Would it be okay for Santa to sing a little song?
Absolutely.
No. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Because Santa Claus just beat your ass.
Well, now Santa's on the naughty list. You better put your name on that curse jar list, Santa Claus. Guys, that is going to be it for us today, but we'll be live in about 10 minutes here on our YouTube channel answering any and all fantasy football questions that you may have heading into week 16. So stick around for that if you have any. Tim, any final holiday words before we sign off for the year?
Go loud, go hard into the new year.
Go loud, go hard into the new year. You heard it here first. That's going to be it for us today. Happy holidays to everybody. Santa, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for coming and hanging out. We'll see y'all in about 10 minutes right back here to answer some questions. Adios, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Guys, it was me.
That what? Put that back on!